Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all well and safe and healthy. We should be starting our session today lying on your backs, feet flat on the floor, knees are bent. Once you get there, get yourselves nice and comfy. Evening, Ollie. Evening, Kesha. So lying on your backs. If you want to extend your legs out, please feel free to, but if not, you can bend the knees. You can walk the feet out to the outside edges of the mat and allow the knees to come in so you're slightly knock-kneed. Get yourself nice and comfy. Back of the head on the mat, not the crown. Shoulder blades, back of the hips. Checking that pelvis is in neutral, so you're not tilting that pubic bone. Just got that natural curve in the lower back. Eyes can be soft or eyes can be closed. And just let the breath come and go in and out through the nose. Soften the face, the jaw. Allow the tongue to fall away from the roof of the mouth. Soften the space between the eyebrows. The neck is relaxed. And notice when the breath comes in and when the breath goes out. Just observe. It's just your natural breath. And you're just allowing the breath to move at its natural pace. Inhalation, exhalation, a two-part rhythm. The breath coming in, the breath going out, a circle of breath. And just notice when the inhalation turns into an exhalation. The tiny pauses between the inhales and the exhales. The breath keeps coming, the breath keeps going. And within this continuous rhythmic cycle of breath, everything is the same and everything is changing. The breath keeps coming, the breath keeps changing. A rhythmic cycle. The breath in, the tiny pause, the breath out, tiny pause. And each cycle leads away from the last breath and towards the next breath. The breath coming in, the tiny pause, the breath going out, the tiny pause, the inhalation leading to an exhalation, the exhalation leading to an inhalation. You have the option of opening the eyes or keeping the eyes closed. Just recheck that that pelvis is in neutral. And you know the drill, we're going to activate our core. So whether you're thinking about scooping up and in or zipping up, or whether you're thinking about drawing everything into the midline, activate both glutes, slowly raise the hips, coming into a low bridge. Option to leave the arms on the floor or place the palms of the hands on your thighs. The weight's even in both feet. Checking that you're not rolling onto the outside edge of the foot. Keep that big toe mound in contact with the mat. Head and neck are relaxed. Check that the pelvis is in neutral. Check that the glutes are on. And just your natural breath. Nice long inhales. Nice easy exhales. One more inhale. And on your next exhale, slowly lower the hips back down towards the mat. Release the arms to the floor, or they can stay on your hips. Leg floats, activate the core, pelvis in neutral. Right leg floats off the floor. As you inhale, float the right leg down. Exhale, left. Inhale, float the left down. And just carry on in your own time. Keep it slow and controlled. And you're just floating the leg up. It's nice and light. And you have the option now, floating opposite arm, opposite leg. Left arm, right arm. Left leg, right arm. That arm is nice and light. You don't have to lock the fingers out or lock the elbow out. The elbows can be slightly soft. And work with your own range of movement with the arms, depending on how your shoulders are feeling. Let's do one more each side. Pelvis is in neutral. Core is on, glutes are on, coming back into your low bridge. Option to keep the palms of the hands on the thighs, or maybe extend the arms up so the fingertips are pointing up towards the ceiling. Hold it here. Coming into a heel raise, take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, float the right heel off the floor, gently lower it down. Left heel and right. Keep going. Checking that the pelvis is in neutral. Check that those glutes are on. The knees are going in the direction of your toes. Checking it not rolling onto that outside edge of the feet. Let's do two more each side. Slowly, 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 hips come down. Gently hug one knee in and then the other knee in towards your body. Depending on how your back is feeling, you can roll to one side. If not, you can just bring the hands onto the back of the hamstrings, allow the lower legs to rest on the back of the hands. Gently draw the upper body up, aim the forehead towards the thighs, and you can gently rock and roll up, rocking along the spine, maybe 4 or 5. We'll all be meeting up in tabletop. Once you get to your tabletop, check your base. If you've got socks on, please remove them, unless they're grippy socks. Spread the fingers wide, shoulders are stacked over the wrists, knees are underneath the hips. Shoulder blades are in neutral, so on the back of the rib cage. Pelvis in neutral, activate the core. Extend the right leg out nice and long, so on the ball of the right foot, activate the right glute. Float the right toes off the floor, check that the hips are level, creating length in that right leg, not height. Nice long inhales, nice long exhales. Check that you're not dropping the head down or jutting the chin up. If you need to, you can always bend that right knee. Let's bend the right knee underneath right hip. Extend the left leg out nice and long. Check that the hips are level, glutes are on, left glute. Float the left toes off the floor. Check that that left leg is nice and long, flex the foot. Just got those natural curves in the spine. Check in with the breath. Bend the left knee under left hip, tuck the toes. Our first down dog is going to be a bent knee down dog. So core is on, tuck the toes, hover the knees, push the hips up, coming into your bent knee down dog. Check your base. Hands are about shoulder width apart. Feet can be about hip width or a little bit wider or a little bit closer, whichever feels comfortable for you. Spreading the fingers wide, pushing up through the arms. Check the head and neck's nice and relaxed. Lengthen out the elbows, armpits, creating that inverted V. Keep lengthening the spine. Keep the knees bent, and then slowly start to lengthen out the right leg. It doesn't have to go straight, and the heel doesn't have to touch the mat. Slowly bend that right leg. Slowly lengthen out the left leg. Slowly bend the left leg. Slowly lengthen out the right leg. Bend it. Slowly lengthen out the left leg. Bend it, hold it here. Nice long inhale. As you exhale, slowly lower the knees to the floor, tabletop. Shoulder blades in neutral, pelvis in neutral, core is on. Extend the right leg out. Float that right foot off the floor. Check that the hips are level. Option to slide the left hand out, coming up onto your fingertips. Maybe float the left arm off the floor, coming into Superman. Lengthen the arm, lengthen the leg. Hold it here, not too high. And then check in with the breath. And on your next exhale, come back to tabletop. Extend the left leg out. Float the left foot off the floor, that left glute is on. Maybe extend that right arm out up onto the right fingertips. Maybe float the right arm off the floor, coming into your Superman. Some people call this bird dog. And on your next exhale, slowly come back to tabletop. Tuck the toes, core is on. Float the knees off the floor, hips go up and high. Coming into your down dog. Soften the knees. Check your base. Coming into heel raises, to slowly come up onto the balls of your feet. Slowly drop the heels down towards the floor. Slowly come up. Slowly lower down. Slowly come up, slowly lower down, slowly come up, slowly lower down, slowly come up, slowly lower down, hold it here. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, slowly come down to your knees, holding it there. And then coming to either kneeling, you can sit on your heels, or you can kneel up. Bring the arms about shoulder high. Flex the hands. And you have the option, bringing the right hand to the right fingers to stretch out the wrists even more if you need to. Right wrist, right forearm. And then slowly swap. And then release, and then circle out the wrist. Just watch me while you're circling out the wrist. We're going to come into down dog, and from down dog, we'll tuck our chin, and we're going to roll out to plank, and then we'll roll back to down dog. Now, if that feels uncomfortable for you, you can just drop to the knees, and then shift forward and come into your 3/4 plank and hold it here. Or you can come to tabletop, knee hover, down dog, knee hover, down dog. So when you're ready, we'll all meet up in our down dog. Set your base, core is on, spreading the fingers wide. Soften the knees if you need to. Take a nice deep breath in, tuck the chin and slowly roll out into your plank. And then slowly roll back to your down dog. Remember, you can do your knee hover and down dog. Slowly roll out into plank. And then slowly come back to down dog. And then slowly come out to plank. Lower the knees to the floor, 3/4 plank. Pelvis is in neutral. Glutes are on, core is on. Shoulders are over the wrists. Start to bend the elbows, slowly lower down towards the floor. Pubic bone on the floor, tops of the feet. Coming into a baby cobra, keep the length in the spine. Glutes are on. Inner thighs, you feel the thighs rolling in, not rolling out. And as you're holding your cobra, bring your awareness to your rib cage. As you inhale, feel the rib cage expand. And as you exhale, feel yourself softening down. Inhale, rib cage expands. Exhale, softening down. Tuck the toes, push all the way up to your knees. Hold it here. From here, you're going to tuck your toes, slowly come all the way up to down dog. Soften the knees. And then from here, coming into a 3-legged dog. So your 3-legged dog could be just floating the toes, the right toes off the floor, or it could be bringing the leg up a little bit higher. Hips are level. Sometimes if you come up too high, you tend to rotate out. So not too high. Hold it here. Bend in the knee. Slowly lengthen out that right leg. Place the right foot on the floor. Slowly come into 3-legged dog. So we're raising the left leg off the floor. Check that the hips are level. Weight even between the hands and the right foot. Bend the knee. Lengthen that leg out. Slowly bring it down. Tucking the chin. Slowly roll out to plank. Slowly lower the knees to the floor. Or just make your way to your 3/4 plank. Slowly bring the knees together, coming into a side plank on the right. So my knees are glued together, my ankles, my feet. I'm slowly rolling onto my right. Core is on. Activate the glutes so you've got some hip extension. Right shoulder, right wrist, and just look down towards the floor. And just release that neck. Right shoulder towards the right ear. Fingertips can point up towards the ceiling. And on your next exhale, slowly roll round in one piece back to your 3/4 plank. Roll onto the left, side plank on the left. So the legs are stacked. Releasing the left ear down towards that left shoulder. Slowly come all the way back, 3/4 plank. Checking that your pelvis is in neutral, shoulder blades in neutral, core is on. Slowly lower down to the floor. Come into your cobra. Soften down, tuck the toes, push up towards the knees, and then either come into a wide leg child's pose, or you can just come to kneeling. Going to come back to our 3-legged dog, and I'm just going to quickly show you. Bending the knee And we'll do our hip circles in three-legged dog. Now, if you think you have going to have any issues with your wrists or your shoulders in this position, you will come down to tabletop and just do your hip circles in tabletop. So there's something for everyone. So when you're ready, coming out of your child's pose, let's all meet up in down dog. Check your base first. Spreading the fingers wide, pushing up through the arms, making that inverted shape. Soften the knees if you need to. And then shifting the weight onto the left, float the right foot up, making sure that the weight's even through the hands and the feet, bending that right knee. Try not to lift that leg up too high. Circle. Let's go for 4 in one direction. Remember, you have the option to come into tabletop. And then when you've done your 4, just change direction. And then come back to your down dog. Repeat this on the left. It's quite a lot of work on your shoulders and your hands. Bending the left knee. Circle. Please come down to your knees if you need to. And don't forget to change direction. Back to your down dog. Come up onto your toes and either crawl or walk the feet towards the hands, towards the front of your mat. Come into that halfway lift and keep that spine nice and long. Slowly come all the way up to standing. Coming into our first flow, we will come down to halfway lift, then we'll come into our down dog, rolling out to our plank. If you don't want to roll out to your plank from your down dog, just lower the knees to the floor, come into your 3/4 plank where we'll meet. Then once we come up after our cobra, we will do a modified side plank. So you can do this one or you can do the one we've just done. Then we'll step the foot forward. Just want to show you so we can flow through our flow. Coming into crescent. And then from crescent, we'll be doing forward facing triangle or pyramid. You'll bring this back foot in, keep the hips level, keep the hands at the hips for today, coming forward. Keep the length in the spine. Some of you may be able to come a little bit lower, some may not. You have the option of softening that right knee. And then from here, we'll shift the weight forward and we'll be coming into single leg standing balance. Hope you're all okay. So feet hip width apart. Grab a drink if you need to. Ollie, you can strip your jogging bottoms off. Feet hip width apart. Check that the weight's even in both feet. Bring the arms up to shoulder height. Core is on. Bend the knees, lower the hips in chair. Remember, your chair can be here or it can be a little bit lower. Arms are coming back. Ski arms. Slowly on the inhale, lengthen out the legs, stretch fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, come into your chair, allow the arms to come back. Inhale, slowly come all the way up. Exhale, chair, arms back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chair. Inhale, lengthen. You've got the option to raise the heels off the floor so you're on the balls of your feet. Exhale, lower the heels, bend the knees, hinging from the chips, coming into chair. And lower the heels. Last one. Come all the way up. Lower the heels, bring the hands through to heart. Hip hinge. Bend those knees, hinging through the hips. Spine stays nice and long. Plant the hands to the floor. Sit the right foot back, crawl back, down dog. Set your base. Nice long inhale. Slowly exhale out. Inhale, tuck the chin, roll out to plank. Lower the knees to the floor. Pelvis in neutral, shoulder blades in neutral. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, left in the spine. Pull back on the mat, coming into cobra. As you exhale, soften, tuck the toes, push all the way up into 3/4 plank. Side plank to the right. Your option, modified side plank. Left foot can stay on the floor, or you can bring that left foot off the floor. Checking that the shoulders are stacked over the right wrist, leaning back into the right shoulder blade, gaze down towards the floor. And then from here, bend that left knee, start to step it forward. Slowly come all the way up into your kneeling crescent. Tuck in the right toes, bend the elbows, open out the chest, goddess arms. Core is on, inhale, lengthen, left leg is long, exhale, soften down into crescent. Hold it here. Inhale, lengthen, hands to the hips. As you exhale, lower and step that right foot in slightly. Check that the hips are level. Take a nice long breath in as you exhale, forward facing triangle. Keep the length in the spine, check that neck. I tend to drop my chin up, so just check your chins. Option to soften that left knee. Keep that spine nice and long. Exhale, soften the left knee, bend it, shift the weight forward, and we'll all meet up in our own version of single leg standing balance on that left leg. Option to extend the arms up towards the ceiling, just an option. Rooting down for the left foot, core is on. And exhale, release. Well done. Got to repeat that now on the other side. Feet about hip width apart, core is on. Bring the arms to shoulder height, starting with our chair. Inhale, exhale, chair, arms come back. Inhale, feet stay on the floor, fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hinge, knees are bent, core is on. Inhale, up, fingertips towards the ceiling. Exhale, chair. Inhale, up. Exhale, chair. Inhale, up, maybe coming to a heel raise. Exhale, lower the heels, hinge forward, bend the knees, chair. Broad across the collarbones, inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower, bring the hands through to heart. Hip hinge all the way forward, keep the spine nice and long, bend the knees. Plant the hands on the floor, set the left foot back, right foot back, down dog. Nice long inhale, nice long easy exhale. Inhale, core on, tuck the chin, exhale, roll out to plank, knees are down. And on your next exhale, bending the elbows, keep the chest open, slowly lower down, pubic bone, tops of the feet, pull back on the mat, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, push all the way up, side plank on the left. Just adjust yourself if you need to. Hold it here, breathe wide and full. Remember the glutes are on, so the hips are forward, core is on. Bending that right knee, stepping it forward, coming into your kneeling crescent, left toes are tucked. Exhale, goddess arms, hold it here. Inhale, lengthen up, straighten out the right leg. Exhale, crescent. So the right knee's bent on the balls of that left foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands to hips, step that left foot in. And as you exhale, keeping the spine long, slowly come into your forward-facing triangle. Check that the hips are level. Soften that right knee if you need to. Lovely long spine. On your next exhale, bending that right knee and then slowly coming up into your single leg standing balance, standing on your right leg. Core is on, right glute. Option to extend the arms up towards the ceiling. And then release. Grab yourselves a drink. Flow number 2, just going to add on. Just so it flows again, I think I know what I need to demonstrate to you. Once we've hip hinged and come down, in our down dog, your option to take a three-legged dog, bending the knee, and then hip circle. If that feels too much for you, you just lower the knees from your down dog and do your hip circle in, tabletop. We'll lower down to do a cobra, we'll push back up. Your option is to do your modified side plank, or your side plank with the knees stacked. Or once you've pushed up, come up into plank. Don't forget, I will tell you this as we're going along. Core is activated, and then swivel the heels. I'm swiveling to the left, so my feet are staggered. Coming up, glutes are on, hips extended forward. Core is on. Shoulder, left shoulder over the left wrist. I'm gazing down towards the mat. You're going to hold it here. And then from here, you can then step it forward. Use your hand if you need to, or lower the knees to the floor, and we'll all meet up in our kneeling crescent. From our kneeling crescent, we'll come up. Just to let you know, we'll do our forward facing triangle. Now from here, we'll bend that knee, shifting forward, coming into your version of Warrior 3. Then you'll have the option, you can keep the hands on that thigh, by the way, is coming up to standing leg balance. You can stay here, or you can try to come back. So you may stay here, or you may better come all the way back to Warrior 3. So we're going to be doing that as well. So you've got lots of different options and modifications. So check in with the breath, check in with how you're feeling. Don't worry if you wobble. Okay, let's get ready for flow 2. Take a nice deep breath in. Sigh the exhale out. Bring the arms to shoulder height, feet about hip width apart, weight even throughout the feet. Core is on. And on your next exhale, bend the knees, chair, arms come back. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, chair. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, chair. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chair. Inhale, lengthen. Maybe come into a heel raise. Exhale, lower the heels, chair. Keep that chest open. Maybe lift the heels, one more. And once you get here, try not to round that tailbone. Keep the core on. Slowly lower the heels. Arms can stay upright in hip hinge, or you can bring them through to heart center. Come all the way down, bending those knees. Step or crawl back, down dog. Set your base. Option to stay in down dog or tabletop. Float the right foot off the floor, three-legged dog. Check that the hips are level. Waist even between the hand and the left foot. Bend the right knee. Hip circle for 3 in each direction. Working with your own range of movement. And then slowly change direction. And then come back to down dog, tuck the chin, roll it out to plank. Lower the knees to the floor. Pelvis in neutral, shoulder blades in neutral. Start to lower, slowly bending the elbows. Keep the shoulders back, chest is open, broad across the collarbone. Cobra, pull back on that mat, looking down towards the floor. Exhale, tuck the toes. Push all the way up to 3/4 plank. Your choice, plank or 3/4 plank. Coming to the right, right shoulder, right wrist, staggered side plank. Gaze down towards the floor and release the head. And now we're going to transition, so the left foot stepping forward, coming in to our kneeling crescent. Right toes are tucked, bend the elbows. Goddess arms. Well done. Keep that core on. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, crescent. Check your base. Adjust your stance if you need to. pelvis is in neutral. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands to hips. Stepping that right foot in. Hip hinge forward. Holding it here for a couple of breaths in your forward facing triangle. If you're a little bit more flexible, you can bring that back leg out a little bit. Keep the length in the spine. Now really focus, keep that core on. You're at home, so no one can see you, so don't worry if you wobble. Bend in the left knee. You can place both hands onto that left thigh and then slowly, in your own time, transition into your version of warrior three. If that leg is extended out behind you, check that the hips are level. You can extend the arms, fingertips pointing towards that right foot, the back of the mat. Now from here, option to catch your hips, so keep the hands where they are. Bend in the left knee, bend the right knee. Nice and soft, slowly come all the way up to your single leg balance. Hands can get the hips, heart, or extend. Your option to stay where you are, or try to come back slowly into your warrior three. You can keep the left leg bent or you can lengthen it out. See, I'm having a little wobble. And when you're ready, bending that left knee, you're going to transition all the way back through to your standing leg balance. My left leg is crying and screaming. And you can stay here or you can do one more. And then slowly, 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 slowly come up. And release. I don't know about you, but my left leg is burning now. Give it a shake, have a little bit of a wobble. And let's repeat that on the other side. Well done, guys. Feet hip width apart, arms to shoulder height, core is on. Nice long inhale, sigh the exhale out. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees, chair. Inhale up, exhale, chair, core is on. Inhale up, exhale, chair. Remember to rest when you need to. Inhale up, exhale, chair. Inhale up, heel raise. Exhale, lower the heels, chair. Inhale up, heel raise. Exhale, lower. One more. Exhale, lower the heels. Hip hinge. Hands can be at heart or long arms. And then crawl your way or step back to down dog. Set your base. Head and neck are relaxed. Slowly come up to your three-legged down dog. Check that the weight's even between the hands and the feet. Hips are level. Bend that knee. Option to come down to tabletop. Hip circle, 3 in each direction. Working with your own range of movement. That core is on. And we'll all meet in our down dog. Tuck the chin. Roll it out to plank. Lower the knees to the floor. Pelvis in neutral. Shoulder blades in neutral. Core is on. Glutes are on. Slowly bend the elbows. Lowering down. Try not to dip in that lower back. Pelvis comes down towards the floor. Tops of the feet. Pull the mat back. As you come into your cobra, exhale, soften, tuck the toes, push all the way up to the knees. Side plank to the left. I'm coming into plank, my core is on. Start to swivel the heels round to the left if you're joining me. Checking that the left shoulder is in line with the left wrist, whichever plank you're doing. Leaning back into that left shoulder blade, release the left ear to the left shoulder. Glutes are on, core is on. And then you're going to step and come around. And we'll all meet up in our kneeling crescent, left toes to top, goddess arms, hold it here. Inhale, lengthen, that core is on. Left glute is on. Crescent lunge, pelvis in neutral. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, hands to hips, step the left foot in, hips are level. And as you exhale, hip hinge forward, keep the length in the spine, check you're not jutting that chin out. Keep that spine nice and long. Remember you have the option to soften that right knee, hold it here. Option to place the hands on that right thigh, bending that right knee, and then slowly come into your warrior three. Core is on, hips are level. Extend the arms, fingertips pointing towards the back of the mat. If not, keep them on the thigh. See if you can flex that left foot. Soften the right knee, really bend it, bend that left knee. Slowly come up and do a single leg stand in balance. Fingertips put a point to the ceiling. Hands can be at heart. Just catch the hips. You can stay here. Or you can practice transitioning back into your warrior three. Making sure you're rooting down through that right foot. And when you're ready, you can transition into your single leg standing balance. Check that the weight's even through that right foot, bend in that right knee, bend in the left knee, and you can transition once more, your option, to warrior three. Bend in both knees, slowly come all the way up, holding it here. And exhale, soften down. Well done. Give those legs a shake. Bring the arms to shoulder height. We're going to transition down to the floor after our chair. Nice long inhale, slowly exhale out. Inhale, core is on. Exhale, bend the knees, chair, arms come back. Inhale, up. Exhale, chair, the hips are coming back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hips are coming back. Try not to tuck the tailbone, chest stays open. Inhale, up. Exhale, chair. Inhale all the way up, heel raise. Exhale, lower the heels, chair. Slowly come all the way up, lift the heels. This is your last one. Heel raise. Slowly exhale. Hip hinge all the way down. And let's meet up in tabletop. We will be coming into pigeon. So please grab a block if you need to, please, or a throw. So when we come into pigeon, let's do right knee to right wrist. You can put your block or your throw underneath the floating hip if you want to. Your option. I want you to feel nice and comfortable. Now, if you can't do pigeon, it feels uncomfortable, you can lie on the floor and do your lying glute stretch on the floor. If you can only do pigeon on one side, please don't do pigeon tonight. Come down on the floor and do your lying glute stretch on the floor. So in our pigeon, we're going to stay upright to start off with. Also in pigeon, I just want to let you know, you can bring this leg forward. Instead of having the left leg out straight, it can be bent. So you're sort of like so, I don't know if you can see, and then you can hinge forward like so, if that feels more comfortable for you. So lots of different options. And then when you're ready, you can slowly lower down. Remember, you can use a block underneath that floating hip or your throat. You can bring the block in front of you, and you can rest your forearms on the block. Hips are level. Still keep the length in that spine. You can bring the block up to its highest setting, and you can rest your forehead on the block. You have the option of using your fist, stacking the fists to rest your forehead on there. Or you can just bring the palms down towards the floor or the forehead. Check that the hips are level. Check in with your breath. Just bring your awareness to the breath, the air flowing in, the air flowing out, the inhalation, the exhalation, the inhale, the tiny pause, the exhale, the tiny pause, the inhale. And try and keep those inhales and exhales nice and long, nice and easy. Pigeon is quite challenging, so if you need to adjust, please adjust. Two more breaths. And then very, very slowly start to make our way out of pigeon. Tucking the left toes, gently bring that left knee in. Bringing that right foot forward so you're into a kneeling lunge. Heel toe the right foot out so the hands are on the inside of the right foot. And then from here, hip circles. A kneeling lunge, hip circles. Work with your own range of movement. And don't worry, as if you come round, if you come onto the outside edge of that right foot, you can pad your hands around. And then slowly change directions. And then very, very slowly come up to a kneeling crescent. You can adjust that right foot in if you need to, so it's a little bit closer. Placing the right hand on the right thigh. Lengthen out that left arm, fingertips up towards the ceiling. Side bend over to the right, opening out the left side of your body. Allow the right ear to relax down towards the right shoulder. So you're opening out the neck as well. Lovely long inhales, lovely long exhales. The core is on. One more inhale. One more easy exhale. And then inhale all the way up. Exhale, hinge forward and slowly pull back to your tabletop. Pigeon on the left knee to the back of the left wrist. Make your adjustments. If you're lying on the floor, slowly curl back down towards the floor. So just make your way down nice and slowly. Maybe you might not need to block this side, maybe you do. Slowly make the way down to the lower arms. Check that the hips are level. You don't have to rush to get into our pigeon. We can take our time. Checking in to the different sensations of the knee, the ankle, the foot. And if you want to come down lower, either resting the head on the block or on your fist or on your hand or the mat, please do so. And once again, bring your awareness back to the breath. The air flowing in, the air flowing out. Breathe wide and full. And as you inhale, the rib cage will expand, and as you exhale, the rib cage will soften. Inhalation, exhalation. The breath flowing in, the breath flowing out. Two more breaths, rounds of breath. And very, very slowly start to come out of your pigeon. Tucking the right toes, gently bringing that right knee in, and then bringing that left foot forward. Just heel toe it out a little bit so it's towards the edge of the mat. Hands on the floor into your kneeling lunge, and then slowly start to circle. Work for your own range of movement. And then slowly change direction. And then come back to center. Slowly come up to your kneeling crescent. You can just heel toe that left knee in. Left hand, left thigh. Reaching the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, side bend over to the left, open out the right side of the body. Maybe lower the left ear down towards the left shoulder. Nice long inhales, nice long easy exhales. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, soften back to tabletop, down to tabletop. We're coming down to lion, so if you need to put your socks on, please do so. If you need to grab a layup, please do so. We'll all meet up on the floor, lying on your back, knees are bent, feet flat on the floor. Once you get there, just check that that pelvis is in neutral. We will be doing a reclined spinal twist, our last posture. If you need a block or a cushion or a throw to support your legs, then please grab that. Slowly lengthen out the left leg. Slowly hug the right knee in. And then very, very slowly coming into a reclined spinal twist. So bringing that right knee over to the left. Hands can stay in contact with the body, the head can stay neutral. Maybe just extend the arms out so the fingertips are pointing down towards the floor. Or maybe the arms are in line with the shoulders, your choice. You have the option of gazing over and looking at the right hand. And whilst you're here, if you need to adjust it, maybe you want to deepen the stretch, you can do so. Maybe you need to come back out of it. And then recheck in with the breath. The breath should be nice and easy. And then very, very slowly come all the way back up to center, right foot in contact with the mat. Pelvis in neutral, slide that left foot in. Just pause here for a moment. And then slowly lengthen out the right leg. Slowly hug the left knee in. And then slowly come over to the right with that left knee coming to your recline twist. Adjust yourself whichever way feels comfortable. Arms can open out wide. Fingertips can point down towards the floor so you're resting your shoulders a little bit more, or just keep the hands in contact with your body. I like to keep one hand on my knee. And then very, very slowly rolling back to center. Left foot comes down, slowly slide that right leg in. And then slowly bring the arms out to the side, so the arms are in line with the shoulders. Slowly bend the elbows coming into your goddess arms, your goalpost arms. Opening out the chest, check they're not flaring out the lower wrists. And I can feel the stretching across my chest. So if you need to bring the arms up, the elbows up a little bit higher maybe. Soften the fingers, holding it here. And then release the arms, hug the knees in, gentle rock from side to side. Release the arms, lengthen the arms out, soften the fingers, fingertips point up towards the ceiling. You can keep the knees hugging in, or you can extend them a little bit, coming to dead bugs. Flex the hands, right hand to left fingertips, stretching out the left wrist, the left forearm. Just relax those feet. Slowly release the left fingers. Left fingers come to the right fingers, stretching out the right wrist. Right forearm. Interlace the fingers. You can bend the arms if you want to. Just circle out the wrists in both directions. And then release, float the arms down towards the floor, and then slowly circle out the ankles. And then change direction. Float the right foot down, the left foot down, coming into Shavasana. You have the option of staying here. You have the option of curling up onto one side, or maybe heel toe the feet out to the outside edges of the mat with the knees together so you're not kneed. Or maybe extend the legs out long. So the right heel's coming down to the right corner of the bottom of the mat, and then the left heel. And then just allow the feet to flop open to the side. Arms are down by the side, they're not close to your side, just open them out slightly so they'll probably come off your yoga mat. So you're on the back of the hands, soften the fingers and allow the chest to open. So the back of the head, skull's in contact with the floor, your shoulder blades, the back of the hips, maybe the bottom of your feet or maybe your heels. Soften the forehead, the space between your eyebrows. Relax the jaw and allow the tongue to fall away from the roof of the mouth. Soften the neck, the chest, the ribs. And then relaxing down through the belly, through the hips, down the thighs to the knees. Relaxing the front of the legs, the top of the foot. And just allow the arms to feel heavy against the floor. Soften the fingers, relaxing the hands. And then just relaxing the back of the hips, all the way down the back of the thighs, your hamstrings, all the way down the calves. Relaxing the bottom of your feet, soften the toes. Maybe the feet roll open a little bit more. And then bring your awareness to the breath. The breath is nice and easy. air still flowing in and out the nose. The mouth is slightly open. And just allow your body to rest. Allowing your body, the central nervous system, to absorb your practice. Slowly bring your awareness back to your breath. If you'd like to stay in your Shavasana for a little bit longer, then just hit stop and you can stay here for a little bit longer. But if not, start to bring your awareness back to your body. The belly and the chest rising and falling with each breath. And slowly start to wiggle the fingers, the toes, and maybe just stay nice and still. And then from here, start to bend that right knee and slowly slide that right foot in. Slowly bend the left knee, float that knee in. And you have the option of staying here or maybe gently hugging the knees in towards your chest. Maybe stay still, or maybe a gentle walk from side to side. Gently massaging out that lower back. And very, very slowly, roll to one side, keep the eyes closed. And slowly come all the way up to an easy cross-legged option. Sit on the block or a cushion. And once you get there, keep the eyes closed. Hands can be on the knees, the thighs, or the feet. And then just bring your awareness to your body, checking that the weight's even on both seat bones. Gently activate the core, lengthen out the spine, crown of the head towards the ceiling. Shoulders are relaxed. Trying to keep the pelvis in neutral, shoulder blades in neutral. Lengthen the neck, crown of the head towards the ceiling. Relax the jaw and allow the tongue to fall away from the roof of the mouth. Soften the forehead. And then slowly bring the awareness back to the breath. Inhalation, exhalation. The breath flowing in, the breath flowing out. The inhalation, the tiny pause. Lead into an exhalation. Lead into a tiny pause. Lead into an exhalation. Slowly bring the palms together, hands through to heart center. Inhale, float the arms out and up. Lengthen out the arms, lengthen out through the waist. Create a gap between the ribs and the hips. Fingertips pointing up towards the ceiling. And on your next exhale, bring the palms together. Slowly, slowly, slowly bring the hands down through to heart center. Allow the thumbs to connect to the heartbeat. Slowly bow the head to the fingers. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice this evening. I hope you enjoyed the flow as much as I did. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you find peace within. Slowly start to flutter your eyes open so you're gazing at your fingertips. Slowly bring the head back up. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining me. If you have any questions, you can email me or direct message me on Instagram. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it quite challenging, but not too hard, and with lots of different options. But thank you very much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Stay safe, and hopefully I'll see you soon next Wednesday. You're welcome, Catherine, and you, Ollie. Thank you. Goodbye.